You could buy a Switch right now and without spending any more money, immediately start playing a handful of great games. Games that every Switch owner should have because they're of no cost to you, and they're great. Some games you might not have even known you have access to. And there's a lot here that just came out within the past year. There's also a lot of absolute garbage out there. So we're here today to tell you about all the good stuff you can get for your Switch without spending any more of your hard-earned cash or your stimulus check or your unemployment. Listen, I'm not here to judge. You spend your money however you want. Actually, in this case, it's saving money. Just cut me off at any point here. Thank you, Honey, for sponsoring this video. Hey there, Bob. What you doing? Oh, nothing. Just trying to buy one of these anime girl figurines, but they're so expensive. Well, just use one of these online coupon generator sites. You mean like this one? Good luck there, buddy. Don't be like this, Bob. Use Honey to find coupon codes automatically. Just check out as normal, and the Honey button will drop down. All you have to do is click Apply Coupons. That's it. Once you find one, you'll see the price drop. Of course I'd like to save $8 on Mega Man 6. Honey supports 30,000 online retailers like Newegg, GameStop, DoorDash, and it's a free browser extension. So not having it is costing you money. Plus it helps support the channel. So go to joinhoney.com/wolfden, spelled like that. And thank you, Honey, for helping support the channel, but also saving me some money. All right, so let's lay down some ground rules here first. We made a video just like this over a year ago, and for the sake of keeping that video relevant, I'm not gonna mention a lot of the same games that I mentioned in that video already. We are doing this video again because since then, there have been a lot of great free games added to the eShop that we need to talk about. There are also a lot of great free demos on the eShop. Games like Dragon Quest XI, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Blasphemous. You can try them out all for free right now. Fanatics 4 already has a great recent video on that, so we're not gonna talk about demos. No demos, just full free-to-play games. I'm also gonna try to keep it to just the good stuff that you should know about, because there's a lot out there and there's also a lot of crap. So I'm not here to waste your time. I already wasted a lot of my time. There's also a lot of mobile ports, some of which are better suited for the phone. Pokemon Cafe Mix just came out and it's a good game. But this is very clearly a game made for mobile, so play this one on your phone. There are also some games that have some caveats. I mean, all of these games are free to play, so they do encourage you to spend some money on in-game currency or items or something. But as far as I know, none of these games are free to start. If that were the case, they would just be a demo. But there's also games like Tetris 99 and the NES and SNES Switch Online games. These games require a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, but if you have those already, they're totally free to download. And these are probably some of the best free games you can get on the Switch if you have a subscription. The newest addition since the last video has been the SNES free games, which in my opinion are significantly better than the NES games collection. So with just one Nintendo Switch Online subscription, the library of games has increased substantially. I also have whole videos on this stuff, but the best games for the SNES collection are Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island, Super Metroid, and A Link to the Past. These games have aged phenomenally. I'll also give an honorable mention to Kirby's Dream Course for being the best multiplayer game on here, and Star Fox 2 because this is the only legal way for you to play that game that was developed and then canned 25 years ago, unless you can find an SNES classic, of course. Unfortunately, Nintendo hasn't really been updating these libraries too often, and when they do, it's a little bit lackluster. Here's hoping that around September we'll get a new library of games, maybe Game Boy games. N64 would be great, but that just seems a little too good to be true. All right, now we can start talking about some real games like Super Kirby Clash, which is not your average Kirby game. It's an action RPG that's level-based, and the combat uses hit points, but it's not turn-based. It's real-time. You suit up a team of 4 Kirbs to go out and fight big threats. The controls are very simple, and the combat is satisfying. There's not a lot of depth here, but I could see this being a good game to play with other people, maybe younger kids. You could play it together locally or online. Kirby games, at least recently, seem like they're being geared towards small kids, which is fine, but this game has microtransactions. So that seems a little shady to me. Well, if you want to play with your siblings or something, Super Kirby Clash has a Metacritic score of 74. Ninjalah was announced in the last Nintendo Direct Mini back in March. It's a Splatoon-esque free-to-play online multiplayer game by Gung Ho Online. It doesn't even require Nintendo Switch Online to play. All it costs is a complete read-through of their terms of service, and then their privacy policy. Much like Splatoon, I f***ing suck at this game. Usually in free-to-play online games like this, the first match that you play is always against bots, and they're purposely easy so that you get a taste for winning. I know PUBG Mobile does this. However, I got my ass handed to me against bots. But then I realized I was hitting the wrong buttons, but that still didn't matter. Anyway, Ninjalah is a game with a lot of hype around it because it was in a Nintendo Direct and it's free. It only has a 68 on Metacritic, but it's worth trying out just to be in the zeitgeist, you know what I'm saying? Personally, I just think it's an okay game. Warface is a Call of Duty clone that was recently ported to the Switch. It's made by Crytek, and unfortunately, it's the game that they made after Crysis 3. You had the whole world open to you, and this is what you did. Okay. Anyway, it's a great substitute for not having a Call of Duty game on the console. Obviously, it ain't no Call of Duty, and it ain't the most polished thing in the world. But if you need your fix, it gets the job done. The gunplay is pretty solid for what it is. I do like the subtle motion controls, so you can re-aim your shots for more precision. You might have to really mess with that sensitivity, get it all the way down. Most other shooters on the Switch do this, and it works good here too. I actually like the co-op in it a lot. It reminds me of doing terrorist hunts in Rainbow Six back in the day. Not many shooters have this type of co-op anymore. They recently added a Battle Royale mode, but it only has 16 players in a map, and good luck finding a match. If the Battle Royale is just 16 players, isn't that just a free-for-all? Anyway, it doesn't have a Metacritic score yet, but it has a user score of 7.2. Play this if you're sad that Warzone isn't out on the Switch. Maybe one day. We could all band together and hope together, just like we did with Mario Maker, right? I hear great things about Dauntless. To my understanding, it's a free-to-play Monster Hunter. It also has cross-progression, so you can pick up right where you left off on another console, and it also has cross-play, so you can play with your friends who might have a PS4 or an Xbox One or a PC. And I left it out of my cross-progression video. I'm referencing a lot of videos, and there's a reason for that. Blame the YouTube algorithm. It might not be the best place to play the game. Like other games on this list, this port does have some technical hiccups, but the convenience of portability makes it worth it. And if you got a Switch for its stunning graphical fidelity, then you got a Switch for the wrong reasons. Dauntless on Switch has a Metacritic score of 73. Asphalt 9 Legends is fucking awesome. It's Burnout on the Switch in a world where we haven't had a new Burnout game in a while. Hell, we haven't even had a Need for Speed game on the Switch at all. We did just get a port of Burnout Paradise, but that wasn't around when Asphalt 9 came out. So for a while, Asphalt 9 was all we had in terms of arcadey, aggressive racers. It's a lot more fun than it has any right to be as a free-to-play game. Taking people out is super satisfying. Since it is free to play, the gimmick is that you actually have to win races in order to earn enough gas to keep playing during your play session. Or else you'll have to wait. It's very hard to actually run out of gas, and by the time you get to the points where the races start to get more difficult, you'll have more cars unlocked that will have enough gas to get you through. The downside with playing for free is that you can't just have one car and stick with it. You gotta have multiple cars so you can spread your time out across all of them, or just play for short play sessions. Personally, I haven't had a problem with any of that. I had a whole video on this one too, which involves me driving a real-life Lamborghini, which was a lot of fun to make. You should definitely watch that video. Anyway, Asphalt on the Switch has a 61 on Metacritic, which is way lower than it deserves. Give it a try if you like Burnout or Need for Speed style racing games. It's also for mobile, but playing with a controller is just so much better. I think it's about time for a lightning round because we gotta get things moving here and I make these videos too long every damn time. Island Saver is a first-person action-adventure game where you traverse an island by cleaning up poop and stuff. I don't know why, but it has a 10 out of 10 on Steam and a 7.5 user score on Metacritic, so it might be worth giving a shot. DC Universe Online is a great MMO if you're a comic book fan. We also have a whole video on that if you want more on that. There's also Rem Royale, but that is just a knockoff, watered-down Fortnite, and who would even want to play Fortnite? If you don't see a free-to-play game on here, we either talked about it last time, it's not out yet, or it's just not good. I think my favorite free-to-play game still might be Warframe. It's such a fantastic port, and there's so much to do for a free game. And it just plays really well. Later this year, we'll be seeing Pokemon Unite, the free-to-play Pokemon MOBA, coming out on Switch and mobile with crossplay. I'm not a big MOBA fan, but I feel obligated to check this one out. Maybe Pokemon will be enough to get me interested in the genre. There's also Apex Legends, which is coming to the Switch with crossplay later this year. It's free-to-play on everything else, so I'd assume it's also gonna be free-to-play here. I think this is gonna be a huge deal and will have the potential to be the best free-to-play game on the Switch. That is, until we get confirmation that Warzone is coming, if it ever does. Oh, I see him. Down. Team wipe.
Really?
Buddy.
Oh,
add that to the montage, Eric. Oh, I got the tack laser, yay.
Ladies and gentlemen, that kill was brought to you by Starbucks.
Oh, someone's coming, someone's coming.
Someone's coming, so this will have to wait.
So anyway, what do you guys think about all of these free-to-play games? Are any of them crap? Or any of them, have you been enjoying any of them? And also, did I leave any out? I really don't think I did, but I always do. Leave it in the comments below, add me on Twitter, or any and all this other social media garbage. Thank you, Honey, for sponsoring this video and helping us out. Also, I'll note that I did sponsored videos for Warframe and Asphalt, but there are also other free-to-play games that I denied doing sponsored videos for because they suck. So I would say if it sucked, no matter what. If I'm gonna do a sponsorship, I always ask for a code to play the game, and most of the time, they don't give me the code and that loses me the sponsorship. Anyway, we got new videos and live streams here all the time. Our schedule is usually in a pin tweet over on our Twitter. We got Wulff Den live every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's our live podcast where you can hang out and chat, and we talk about all the news that happened that week. And we got streams over on twitch.tv/WulffDen. That's also a chance for us to hang out and play some games. Go over there and turn on notifications so you know when I go live. I do it regularly, but I don't like having a schedule. I like to do whatever the hell I want. But the most important thing that you can do to help support this channel, and the easiest thing, is just subscribe. Thank you for everybody who does that. And, you know, as part of the little notification squad. And share this video with a friend. A friend who maybe just got a Switch and is looking for some games to play. They don't have to spend any money on any of this stuff. Or maybe just somebody who has a Nintendo Switch already and they're just looking for something new to play because they don't have to spend a dime on any of this stuff. Thank you guys very much. Have yourself a good week. Bring it in for a hug.